So we are roasting some more coffee. Today it's from Costa Rica is the coffee we're roasting. So we've got these beans they come green, they're small, hard. So what happens is the sun hits this dish, reflects into the evacuated tube, and since there is no matter in between the walls of the tube, it's kind of like the vacuum of space. The heat hits the dark surface and is unable to escape. It gets hotter and hotter inside the tray and gets us to the temperatures we need to roast coffee. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes. What we have to do is we see our coffee beans are still green, but we have to agitate these so we can get an even roast. Now, in a traditional gas-fired coffee roaster, it goes, it heats up the beans much quicker, but so we can kind of get away with opening this up and stirring. What we're trying to do is because, we want to make sure this heat covers those beans in a more distributed way. So we're going to take these in here, dump them back in, and we'll see it in a few more minutes. Okay, what we'll see here coming out is steam. Inside that green coffee bean is a lot of moisture. Now as that's getting heated up, it's releasing that moisture, that bean's expanding, and it's releasing a lot of steam. And then after a while it will turn to smoke, and when that's happening is a lot of the sugars inside the bean are then caramelizing and starting to really develop the flavor of what we know of as the coffee. So this is a real exciting process what's happening. Okay, we've had a few more minutes. Ooh, look at that, those beans are expanding nicely. Notice the color has changed from a green to a yellow. That's a really good sign. We're not roasted yet. We're still expanding. We might see some shards of skin, which is there's a skin around the original coffee bean, and what's interesting is the coffee bean is actually part of a cherry. Technically, a coffee grows inside of a cherry. I know it's weird, not cherries we think of, but from a botanist perspective, it would be a cherry. So, all right, distribute that heat, come back in a few. Okay, as we can see, we've got more coming out. Look at that, we're starting to brown up real nice on these coffee beans. So at this point, we got to start stirring these things a lot more frequently because we're getting into those nice high temperatures. Right now we're probably starting to approach 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and this is where all the magic happens to make yummy coffee, which is all those sugars caramelizing and being something great to drink. Okay, we've got a lot of smoke coming out. This is a good sign. Every once in a while we're hearing a little very faint cracks, which is called cracking in coffee roasting. Let's take a look at what we've got. Woo! All right, we're gonna keep stirring these things. A lot darker now. We're seeing little cracks in the bean. So it's really important to keep these things agitated and moving. Otherwise, we're going to end up with an uneven roast, which will probably still be better than store-bought. But so what we have is little cracks. So see, like this crack here, little crack here in the bean. So what's happened is the steam and gases have heated up, expanded, actually cracked the bean. So it's a little hard for the camera to keep a focus on just that little bean. But what's happening is, and that actually breaks the bean and releases that steam and gases, and now those sugars are caramelized, and we're seeing we've got good smoke coming out of the solar cooker. So a little bit more, we'll keep stirring and just get it right to that roast and taste intensity that we want. Okay, it looks like we are getting close to done. Ooh, see, we got a couple that are overdone up here, but so look at that. We've got some great coffee here. Gotta go get this temperature down, because those coffee beans will keep roasting, even in absence of the heater. Now that we've got the beans out of the solar roaster, I like to dump them into just kind of a nice pan. Shake that out. Kind of help that cool a little bit better. And we are basically done. All you got to do is have it off gas for a few days, and it's ready to go in the coffee grinder for a fresh cup of coffee.